So this story starts off like many good stories do. I was hanging out with Jonah. So I was at Jonah's house, and we're sitting in the living room. We're not doing anything. We're just hanging out. And suddenly the doorbell rings. And I run over to answer it because Jonah was too lazy. And I open it up, and there's this guy. He's got on a t-shirt, like a dark t-shirt. And I can see over his shoulder, behind him, is a wheelbarrow. And he looks at me and says, are your parents home? The first thing that's in my brain, the very first thing that's in my brain, I have to stop myself from saying, because it would make me sound like a crazy person. Because the first thing in my brain is, this isn't my house. So I call over to Jonah. So he walks up to the door, right? And this guy, I go back to the living room, because it's not my house, it's not my problem. I'm like out of sight, but I'm sitting in a place where I can still see what's going on and hear what's going on. But I leave the situation. This is Jonah's headache now, not mine. I'm listening to this conversation, and I'm seeing this dude, right? And he says, I'm from R&R Farms. Clearly. Just like that. He ran his hand across his shirt, and there was like a tiny little logo that said R&R Farms on it. If you have to say it like that, something's off, right? Second thing that happens is he says, I'm selling discount meats and seafoods. Excuse me, question. I'm sorry, could you repeat? Did you just say you're selling discount meats and seafoods? Yeah. And I take it you're selling it from the wheelbarrow that's behind you? Uh-huh. Discount meats and seafoods. Like straight up serial killer stuff, right? And Jonah's trying to like intercept this situation. But the guy is like still asking. He's very adamant. Are one of your parents home? Your parent home? You got a parent home? So Jonah, he doesn't know what to do. This whole situation is so absurd that he calls for his mom, and his mom comes down. And this guy is desperately trying to sell this stuff out of his wheelbarrow. And everything about the situation is just wrong. Everything about that interaction was wrong. She tactfully refuses. Now keep in mind, they live in an area, there's not a lot of people. Like, there's no sidewalk. My man's is wheeling in the hot sun. It's summer. He's wheeling discount meats and seafoods over cornfields and gravel and road in the middle of summer. Everything about this is wrong. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I just dropped something. Hold on. Oh, what is this? Oh, would you look at that? It was only later that I heard from Jonah's sister. She said that same dude had been over to their house literally the day before, trying to peddle his discount meats and seafoods to their dad. So he came back to the same house again. I guess maybe just hoping that the other parent was there. Because his odds were 50-50. If that was the situation. He had no idea. What if he got the same... If my uncle had showed up to the door, just again, the same dude, day 2, what was his plan? 2 weeks later, I'm telling this story to one of our neighbors, right? And she is laughing. She thinks this whole situation's hilarious. And she's also one of those people who is not intimidated at the prospect of making prank calls. She decides to look up R&R Farms. And sure enough, she does. She finds a number listing online, and she calls it. And we're all circled around her because we all are dying to know how this interaction's going to go down. She calls, and she says something like, "Hi there. I was wondering if you guys still had some of that discount meats and seafoods you guys were selling?" At this point, there's a pause. You guys don't sell discount meats and seafoods? Huh. That's weird. There is something to this story. Something sinister. They don't sell meat. It's a farm. That guy walks up to a house, says, "I'm from R&R Farms." Clearly. Like that. Did he get this shirt from the trash and is trying to give some credence to his sketchy meat selling? What was going on? I so desperately want to know. Actually, no, I don't, because then I'd be like implicated in some horrible crime. Was it human? Was he selling human meat? Everything about this story is wrong. Everything. It's red flags everywhere. It's a field of red flags. You can't see the field anymore. It's covered in red flags. This whole situation is so sketch that I was not able to process it for like an hour until after it happened, where I'm just replaying all of these details in my brain like, how did that just happen? Super weird, super sketch. Something was wrong with that situation. Clearly.